Welcome back to AV Veterans Talk. We're continuing our conversation with this week's guest, Tom Bunce.
So, Tom, you go down there and your first job is down there is once again the whole flight simulator thing, return to flight, space shuttle. You were doing new programs. Why don't you tell the listeners here, and I guess we call them the viewers too, right? What was your that first job? What did that consist of?
All right. Well, I was part of the forward cockpit. The shuttle engineering sim actually had a rear cockpit as well. And that was downstairs in one of the buildings. And we had the upstairs forward cockpit. And we would have pilots come in and fly the shuttle with any new engineering changes.
Okay.
And this was the engineering sim was easily changed because we didn't have a lot of controls on it, like a flight hardware type testing platform would have. So in the case of the drag chute, we got several models for how it would deploy, what the forces would be on the spacecraft, and how it would react. And then we'd come in with test that as much as we could on the fixed space simulator. And then from there, we'd take it to Ames Research Center, where they had a motion-based simulation, vertical motion-based, vertical motion sim. And that was an amazing simulation because it had 60 feet of travel up and down, 40 feet side to side, 10 feet forward and back. And then you could rotate that cab and get longitudinal, that 40 feet, which is what we did for the drag chute.
Right.
We were testing how the shuttle would react to that motion. And then it had pitch, roll, and yaw, like 60 degrees or something.
Yeah.
Felt just like you were flying in an airplane.
Right.
And in the shuttle, it's a very different feel because the cockpit's so much higher.
Yeah.
When you went side to side, when you rolled, it actually was a side motion.
Yeah.
And we ran thousands and thousands of simulations with the pilots to get their reaction to what the drag chute's doing to the shuttle when they land.
Right.
So we test different weights and center of gravity, and when the chute came out, when the pilots would press the arm and deploy buttons, and then how long it would take for a delay for that to come out, and then the delay between when the drag chute's reefed down small, and then when it pops open full size.
Right.
And we got to get that just right, because the landing nose gear down is a balance. You're balancing airspeed and getting too much airspeed and having too much downforce because the shuttle's nose is down to add drag.
Yeah.
But it also adds weight to the main gear. And then if you go too slow, then your elevons don't have enough control authority, and then you drop the nose gear too hard.
Yeah. So wow, and I'm thinking about this, and you're talking about the pilots are coming down there, and so you got to meet a lot of these astronauts.
Yeah, in the mid-90s, I probably met most of the pilots.
Yeah.
Not the mission specialists so much, but a lot of the pilots.
The pilots. Any one of those pilots stand out?
John Young.
John Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walked on the moon. Yeah.
Walked on the moon. Nice guy. And so, so you got to, of course, you're kind of like a childhood idol right there and stuff. You think of somebody who walked on the moon, you get to shake that hand and things like that. That's good stuff. And thinking that the whole flight simulator and thousands of mission. Once again, how many they would do and stuff. One thing that's kind of, you could help me with this. To me, it seems like they would put the drag chute deployment to the control of the pilot, where it's not just a program that would at a certain point stuff just deploy it automatically when they'd still wanted the pilot to have that control.
Well, it was a matter of how long was it going to take to add all the automatic deployment functionality and how much it would cost.
Yeah.
And the compromise was, all right, we'll let the pilots push the buttons and deploy it.
Yeah.
Because it was just
it's cheaper, I guess.
You can get it done before we went back to flying.
Yeah. So with so much going on there, you'd always think like, well, did the shuttle just automatically deploy it and stuff, through its programming or whatever.
Right.
So all right, good deal. So we'll take another break here, and when we come back, we'll talk about some other NASA stuff that you were involved with that I think is pretty timely, especially this time of the year when it's like 110 115 degrees out there. So we'll be right back.
I'm Bob Alvis, and thanks for joining us for this segment of AV Veterans Talk.